There we go. Recording started. Okay, so hello everyone. Right, today we're continuing with foundational poses and we're going to be looking at our downward facing dog. And this is one that comes up lots of the time, very common. So we're going to be doing quite a lot of preparation in plank. We're going to look at variations of plank. Don't get scared off yet. Stay with me. There will be lots of shoulder work to kind of strengthen the shoulders. And then we're going to look at how we get that weight back into the feet so we can lift the hips high and we can extend through the spine, because that's what our down dog's about. It's not just about feeling the stretch into the hamstrings, which is where many of us feel it the most. And it is a big stretch in the back of the legs, but it's actually meant to be a really lovely extension through the spine as well and through the upper part of our body, not just the back of the legs. So we're going to look at a few different ways to find that today. So we'll start seated as normal. Grab a pillow if you like, if you want a bit of height. And we'll just come to a nice tall seated position. Legs can be crossed, you can be kneeling, whatever you like. Hands coming just behind the hips, helping to find that lift out of the pelvis. Think about squeezing those pelvic floor muscles in and up, drawing up from the inner groins, lifting out of the pelvis, and continuing that lift all the way up through the front of the body. Maybe a gentle tuck of the chin, lengthening through the back of the neck, lifting the chest. And with that wonderful lift and opening through the front body, let's just check that we're not dipping into the lumbar, that we soften those ribs back a touch, and that we lengthen through the tailbone. So sitting tall, shoulders stacked above the hips, reaching up through the crown of the head. We'll take some movement from here with the breath. So as we inhale, we're going to lift the arms out, palms forward, squeeze the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then we'll exhale, cross the arms, one arm over the other, reach for those shoulder blades. Give yourself a hug. Inhale. Lift the elbows, maybe tilt the chin up. Exhale, we're going to let the elbows come down, rounding the back, letting the chin come down as well. Inhale, breathe into the back body. Really deep inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, lifting the elbows, lifting the gaze high as you can. Reach the arms out, squeeze the shoulder blades. Back to that chest opening, and then we exhale, other arm on top, giving ourselves a hug, reaching for the shoulder blades. Inhale, lifting the elbows, lifting the gaze. Exhale, let the back round, let the elbows, the chin drop. Inhale, big movement into the back ribs, filling the lungs, exhaling here. Inhale. Reach those elbows up, reach the arms out to the side, squeezing those shoulder blades, and exhale, the hands come down. Good. We're going to change the cross of the legs now. So the other one, the one we're less used to. And then from here, establishing that lifted position again. And then we'll inhale, take the arms out in front. So the palms facing in towards each other, and you can give yourself some space here. So we're going to be working into the shoulders quite a bit today. So just notice how the shoulders feel. And yes, maybe traditionally this pose, this Tadasana, is where Tadasana arms are, where the hands, the arms are quite close to the ears, but we can widen that out if the shoulders are just feeling so tense and the arms are bending. We're here. Let's widen it out. Let's keep those arms straight, strong, tight elbows. Give our shoulders a bit more space. Now we're going to turn the palms forwards. And these are our down dog arms. So we're going to spread those fingers nice and wide. And then we're going to think about those shoulders. So we're still reaching up into the hands, but the shoulders, if we can, we're going to think about spreading the shoulder blades away from each other. And then we're going to tighten the muscles around the elbows. It's a strange phrase, tighten the elbows. I say tighten the knees as well. but the muscles of the arms are strong, they're working, they're supporting the joints, the elbow in particular. One more inhale. And exhale, bring the arms down, shake it off. We're there a little while. We're going to come back again. So we'll bring the hands out to the side. This time we'll inhale, reaching it up. And this time we'll turn the palms forward. So spread fingers again. Thinking about shoulders open, chest open here. And again, you can take the arms a little wider here, just like your down dog. You can take the arms a little wider. The shoulders are feeling really tight. Now, a little challenge for you. As we inhale, reach into the fingertips. Exhale, very subtle movement. Just draw the hands, the arms back behind. A little squeeze back. Inhale, let them come forwards. Exhale, squeezing them back behind. Inhale forwards. Exhale, just a little squeeze of the arms back. And then we'll bring the hands down in front of us now, coming into our forwards fold. So keep those hips on the floor, and those hands just come wherever you can come to keep the hips on the floor, and the spine is long, the chest is lifted. So it is a little forwards fold, but we're not going too far into it today. Just feeling the spine starting to lengthen. Maybe we inhale, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe walking the hands forwards, deepening the fold a little. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, folding in. One more inhale and exhale. And then we'll inhale, pushing up. And we're going to remove any props that you might be using and find our way into a child's pose. So big toes come together, knees come wide, maybe to the edges of your mat, and the hands will stay forwards as we bring the hips back and we walk the hands forwards. This is an active arm extended child's pose. So the elbows are lifted, the forehead comes down to the floor. And if the hips don't touch the heels, maybe put something in between them, support the hips here. So we're pressing the hands into the floor, letting that push the weight back into the hips. And here's a lovely extension through the spine. And we want the same extension in our downward facing dog. Sending the breath into the back body. And then we'll inhale to come up to all fours. I should have taken my jumper off before I started. I never learn. So hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're going to take some cat-cows. So moving with the breath as we inhale, we draw the chest forward, stretch through the belly. Exhale, push the hands into the floor, rounding the spine, let the chin drop. Inhale, drawing the belly forwards, the chest forwards. Maybe the gaze lifts. Exhale, pushing away. 2 more. So moving with your breath, find your rhythm. The inhale for the extension through the front body, the exhale extending through the back body. And letting the neck follow whatever the rest of the spine is doing. That's why often we look forwards as we come through, and we look back, drawing the chin to the chest as we exhale. The neck continues the rounding in the spine, coming back to center. And we can take the option to continue that or take it into a tiger flow. So we're going to take the weight into the left foot. Inhale, that right foot comes up behind us. Now, as we inhale again, we're going to lift that foot, little squeeze, look forward. So it's our back bend again. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding the spine. Inhale, looking forwards, squeezing the bum, squeezing the thigh, lifting that knee. Exhale, rounding in. One more inhale. And exhale. Now, as we inhale, we're going to bring that leg back up. And if you like, just an option, you can stay here. You can straighten that leg out if you like. Or if the knee's bent, we can reach with the left hand for that foot perhaps, deepening the stretch. Now, don't let the left arm just open back here. Think about trying to keep those shoulders square to the front. Squeeze into the bum, lift that thigh, and we'll exhale, release. Remember, you've always got options. Don't need to go there today if you don't want to. From here, we'll inhale, lift the left leg up. Option to flex that foot as it's back. Exhale, knee to nose, pointing the foot. Inhale. That foot comes back, it squeezes up. Exhale, rounding the spine, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale. And on our inhale again, we can hold it up here, or you can take the back bend out of it, draw the belly button in, leg out behind. Or if you want that back bend a little more, we can reach that right hand behind, kick the foot into the hand, lifting the chest, stretching through the belly. Again, those shoulders, trying to draw that right shoulder forwards. One more inhale. Exhale, release wherever you are. And we're going to push back to our child's pose again. So stretching the arms forwards, forehead down. Taking a big breath here. Inhale into the back body. Exhale. Now as we inhale, coming back up, but this time to our plank. Plank on the knees. So our knees are not under our hips anymore. We're going to have them back a little bit. The hands still under the shoulders though. We're going to squeeze the bum. We're going to scoop that belly up and in, finding the straight line from the shoulders through the hips to the knees. So this is our plank on the knees. From here, we'll inhale and exhale, push the hips back. They don't need to come all the way. Finding our child's pose. And then we'll inhale, back up into our plank, squeeze the bum, draw that belly in. Think about pushing the floor away with the hands. Exhale, pushing it back. Inhale forwards into our plank. And then we'll exhale back. Inhale forwards. So now we're going to take the plank down. So we keep that bum squeezing in, belly button drawing up, but we take it down to the forearms. So forearm plank with the knees down. So now we've got a line from the shoulders to the hips. The hips are not high, they're not down low. Hips and shoulders in line. So from here, you should feel this core engagement. We're going to take it into a side plank. So going with the left side first, we're going to take the right arm, turn the palm to the left. So the forearm is parallel to the top of the mat. Staying on that right knee, we're going to bring that left leg up into a side plank. The left arm reaches up and overhead. We'll inhale here. Exhale, bring that hand down. Option to dip the hips down to the floor. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, hips come down. Inhale, last one. Reaching up and over. This time as we exhale, the hip stays down. Now we bring the left arm parallel with the right. The left knee comes out. Right leg stretches back. We're finding our Nakrasana. So the forehead onto the forearms. And we've just got that left leg coming out to the side. So we're working into that hip a little bit. Just holding here for a breath or so. And think about that left hip's going to be lifted. That's very natural here. But how can we maybe encourage it down towards the floor? One more inhale. Exhale. And then we'll inhale, pushing back up, coming back to our plank on our knees. So forearm plank again. We're going to go to the other side now. So again, squeezing the bum, drawing the belly button in, turning the left arm this time over towards the right. We spin onto that right foot, left knee still down. Inhale. Right arm comes up and overhead into our side plank. Squeeze the bum still. Keep those hips forwards. Exhale, hip dip. We drop that left hip down. Right hand comes down. Inhaling up and over. Really push those hips high. Exhale, dipping the hips down. Inhale, reaching up and over. And exhale, bringing that hip down. We'll stay here. Right arm comes forwards. Right leg, knee comes out to the side. Left leg stretching behind. And the forehead onto the forearms. So our half crocodile pose. Again, thinking about the right hip this time. What can we do to have that right hip, keep it from just lifting completely off the floor? Can we push the inner thigh down towards the floor? Maybe walk the knee out a little further. One more inhale. Exhale. And then we'll inhale, pressing our way back up to our plank. And now you can option to repeat that, or we can take it a little further. We can walk it back up to the hands. So we're in our plank on our knees, and you can stay here. You can always bring the knees down in this one, or you can tuck the toes, finding our full plank. So here again, that bum squeezing, belly button's drawing in and up, and we've got that straight line, pushing the floor away. So the shoulders, there is lots of space between the shoulder blades here. We'll inhale, exhale, push the hips high, downward facing dog. Let the head go. Let the gaze be back. Inhaling forwards. Always the option to take the knees down. Go back to the child's pose if you like. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then we'll inhale forwards. And we'll drop to the knees unless you want to keep the knees lifted for side plank. That's lovely. We're going to take the right hand in the middle of the mat, turning on that right knee. Inhale, lift the left arm up and over. As we exhale, hip dip. So dropping that hip down, a little harder this time. Inhale up, reaching over, exhale, dropping that hip. Inhaling up and over. And this time, we're going to hold here, bring that arm vertical. Bit of a challenge. Can we lift that back leg up? And then, even more of a challenge, can we step it up? Maybe give it a hand. If it needs it, turn on that back foot, coming to our lunge. So one hand either side of that foot, that left foot, and holding our lunge here. So just feeling we're getting into the hips now, noticing that challenge today. Maybe a little wiggle, side to side. And then as we exhale, the right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm up. Easy twist. Take the gaze to the hand. Holding here. Or you can exhale, open that hand behind slightly, deepening the twist. Inhale, arm vertical. Exhale, dropping that hand down. And then we'll inhale, lifting the arms up. Option to tuck the toes. Come to your high crescent lunge, or you can stay with the knee down. Holding here, we inhale, reach through the fingers. Exhale, lengthen that tailbone. Now everyone, we're going to tuck the back toes, lifting up. So our high crescent lunge now. And then we'll exhale, turning to the right, warrior two. So we're bending into that left knee, gaze over the left fingertips. And we should look for that left big toe beyond on the inside of the left knee, lengthening the tailbone here, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to switch sides. You guys hold. Good. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to release the arms, hands to prayer, straighten the front leg, turn the back toes, and then bend into that right knee. Skandasana. We start to sink into that knee, a little side lunge here, lifting the toes on the left foot, and see where you want to come today. Maybe you come all the way down, maybe you stay up. Maybe the hands are down. That's a big help. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, turn on the back foot. Left hand comes down inside that right foot. Inhale the right arm up. Easy twist to the other side. If you exhale, if you want to open that right arm back, you can do. Bigger stretch across the chest. Inhale, palms up to vertical. Exhale, right hand down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Well done. We're going to do that on the other side now. So we'll inhale, come forwards to our plank. Always the option to drop those knees. Exhale, pushing the hips back and high. Inhale forwards, squeezing the bum. Exhale, push those hips high. Inhaling forwards, and then we'll exhale, dropping those knees down. Left hand to the middle of the mat, and we'll turn on the left knee. Inhaling the right arm up. Taking the gaze to the hand above, and then bring that arm over. Exhale, hip dip. Left hip to the floor or close to the floor. Inhaling up. Exhale, bringing that hip down. Inhaling up. Squeeze the bum, lift the hips high. Arm comes vertical. And then option to raise the right leg up. So that extra challenge if you want it. Extra challenge. Bend that knee. Swing it forwards. Bring it down into our lunge. Good. So one hand either side of that foot. Finding the extension through the spine here. The inhale to lengthen, to lift the chest through the arms, to draw the belly away from the thigh. Planting the left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Gaze to the fingertips. Exhale, opening the arm back. Inhale, right arm vertical. Exhale, bring the hands down. And then we'll inhale, lifting up. So this is our low crescent lunge with the knee down. Option to tuck the back toes if you like. One more inhale, reach into the fingertips. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Now everyone tucking the back toe, lifting up. And then we'll exhale, turning the hips to the left. So this is our warrior two. The gaze is over the right fingertips. If that's quite tense in the neck, keep the gaze in line with the chest. Looking again for that right big toe inside the right knee. So we inhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. Hands to prayer, turn the back toes, exhale, Gandasana. It's our side lunge. Lifting onto the right heel, right toes come up. And again, you take your option wherever you are. You could be high, but you could come a bit lower. We could bring the hands down if you want that support. Wherever you are, think about the chest still lifted, lengthening through the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand down. And we inhale, lift the left arm up. Easy twist. Maybe exhale, open that left arm back. Inhale. That hand comes back up. Exhale, both hands down, and we're going to step forwards into a forwards fold. So walk the feet wide, wider than hip distance, and then let the head go here. So give it a shake, give it a nod. Maybe you can grab the elbows. Maybe you want to take a little swing side to side, and those knees can be as bent as you like. This is our ragdoll forwards fold. Think about taking the weight into the toes. And even if the legs are bent, we want to start to strengthen those legs. Find the feet pressing into the floor. The equal distribution of weight through the toes and the heels. And then this lift through the fronts of the legs, all the way from the inner arches of the feet, up through the shins, drawing those kneecaps up, tightening the knees. Use those quadriceps, the thigh muscles. We've got strong lifted legs. Good. Then from here, we'll bring the hands onto the legs somewhere. It could be the ankles, it could be the shins, it could be the knees or just above the knees. We're going to go for going to walk our elephant walks. So we're going to lift one heel, bend that leg, then the other. As we bend one leg, we're straightening the other, being careful not to just hyperextend, lock back those knees. The gaze is down at the ground below. So keep the back of the neck long, shoulders away from the ears. So coming onto our toes like this is what we do in down dog. I just want you to notice, what are your feet doing when you lift the heels? Are they twisting? Can we have second and third toes pointing forwards? All the toes are spread. Are they evenly taking weight? Is it all going into the big toe? Can we maybe take some of that weight into the little toe? Things to think about in our down dog as well. Then from here, we're going to walk back into our downward facing dog. So you can bend the knees as much as you like, place the hands onto the floor, and then press the hands into the floor. It doesn't matter how bent the knees are. Strong arms pressing into the floor. And then from here, we're going to walk the feet back into our downward facing dog. And we don't really like to go too wide in our down dog normally. So I want you to challenge yourself. Can you walk a little bit wider than you normally would in that down dog? I'm reaching the end of my. Don't worry about those heels coming down. You can keep them lifted. The knees can be slightly bent even here if you like. Think about pressing those hands into the floor. Notice how much the arms are working here. Coming in with the hands pressing first means the arms are the first thing grounded, and they're going to be working harder than the legs are probably. Good. So now from here, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. So back to our forwards fold. Again, bend the knees as much as you like. We're going to do it the other way now. So this time, even if the knees are bent, press the feet into the floor. Strong legs, lifting through the fronts of the legs, holding that. And I want you to try and keep those heels down as long as you possibly can. They will come up at some point. That's okay. But just take it slow. Walk the hands forwards. Focus on keeping those legs strong. The heels down. Keep walking. Trying to come back to that same distance as where the arms were. And then noticing how different your down dog feels from doing it that way. So here the legs are really working. They're stronger than the arms are because we grounded the feet first, we grounded the legs first. And this is how much our legs should work in our down dog. So we're drawing the belly button in, we're letting the legs work because they're strong enough, they carry us around all day long, but we let them be lazy in our down dog a lot of the time. But this is how hard they should be working. Even if those heels are lifted, that's okay. Just noticing the difference. We'll walk the feet forwards. Good. And maybe taking a bend into the knees, sinking the hips low. Just a little break, a little malasana. Maybe a little sway side to side. Just to give the hamstrings a minute. And then we'll take the hips up again. Back to our forwards fold again. Keep that bend in the knees if the hamstrings feel it. Let's press the hands down. And then we'll walk the feet back, keeping those hands solid, those arms strong. Think about the tight elbows, the spread fingers that we've had from before. Again, the hips come high, letting that spine lengthen. And always, prioritize the spine here in our down dog. So take a bend into the knee. You feel it that much in the hamstrings. You're probably not feeling it in the spine, which is where we should feel this lovely decompression. Lengthen. And we can walk the hands back, pausing in our Uttanasana, our forwards fold. And again, let's spread the toes. Let's make sure the feet are pointing forwards. Let's lift through the fronts of the legs, get that strong base, and then we'll nice and slowly keep those feet planted for as long as you can before you let the heels lift. Walk the hands forwards. Finding the same distance as before, letting the head go. Gentle tuck to the chin as we look back between the legs or to the belly button. So just noticing the difference in your down dog. I'm coming in either way. Now we'll come forwards into our plank. We'll drop to the knees, and then we'll come all the way down onto the belly. I'll turn around. Good. So a little counter pose for all that hard work. Today we're going to take our Sphinx. So we're going to take the elbows under the shoulders, hands pressing into the floor, drawing the hands back. So we're squeezing the bum, keeping this out of the lumbar, drawing the belly forwards and through. Lovely little back bend. And if you feel it too much, walk the hands forwards. We don't want this bit here compressing too much. So keep it long by keeping the legs working, the bum squeezing, and focus on drawing back through the arms. That'll get you that lovely belly stretch, front body opening. Then we'll bring the hands down, forehead onto the hands, and just wiggle the hips a little side to side. We'll release through the spine, through the low back. And then rolling onto your side, nice and slowly, bending the knees. We'll come up to sit, finding a comfortable seat, maybe some height under the hips if you want it. Bringing the hands onto the thighs. And we'll close the eyes down or soften the gaze to the floor. Yogi's choice. Just taking another minute here to quieten the mind, to focus in on the breath, taking that attention inwards. Noticing the inhale, the exhale, the movement of the belly, of the ribs, the chest, and allowing that breath to slow down, to quiet. Hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra, and we'll bow in the head. Noticing how we feel at the end of our practice. And give yourself a little smile. And let that travel the whole way through you. And take it with you today. Thank you, everyone. Apologies, ran over a minute or two there. If you've got any questions, let me know. And we're back as usual next week.